is Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference men's basketball tonight. Our UW-Stevens Point Pointers in search of a fourth straight conference win in the regular season. It has been a while, folks. Can they get it done? A team that beat them in double overtime just a few weeks ago. I'm Scott Krieger, John Selmer sitting next to me, Jay-Z. We found out the other night that the Pointers had not won 3 straight conference games since the 2019-20 season. It's a little bit longer since they've won 4 in a row. So let's hope we can replicate that here tonight.
Well, let's just hope we continue to play well, right, and see how things shake out. The good news is this is a program back on the rise, and we're all pretty excited about what the future may hold.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that statement. And you know, these guys are playing well. Are they playing above? I don't think so. I think there's even more coming. It might take a little while. Can you get to as good as you can be this year? I don't know if that statement even makes any sense. You're going to get to as good as you can get to. Whether that's as good as you actually will ever be, highly doubtful.
Scotty, we have beaten Platteville, Whitewater, and River Falls. 3 really good programs, 3 really good teams. We had this very disappointing loss against this La Crosse team back on January 6th. Thought we had the game until they hit a 3-point shot to get it into double overtime, and we ended up losing 86-84. But this will be another good challenge and a good marker for us, because I think this La Crosse team has as much talent as any team in the league, Scotty. This is a really good and talented La Crosse team. They may be 11-9 and 5-4. I see more talent than that when I see this team.
I think they're getting used to their new coach.
Yep, good
you have
point.
to remember, we stole their coach, who had knowledge about these guys. They have both inside and outside. They're a tough guard.
They really are.
We've got to see if we can get it done here.
We didn't steal their coach, by the way. We just brought him home.
Well, that's what I told him before he took this job, before I even knew that the job was open.
Yeah.
I said, someday, Coach, I think you're going to come back here. And he always would smile. I didn't know it would be at this juncture, but I will tell you what, we're happy to have him home. As much as we love Coach Sem, we're happy to have Kent back here leading our program, and we will see where it takes us. Congrats to the women. They got a much-needed victory tonight over in La Crosse, and let's hope that will propel them to so much more coming up here with only a couple of weeks left now in the regular season. You want to make that postseason tournament. The women, they almost have to run the table. Almost. But we'll wait and see. They got a nice win today, and that's the first step. So congrats again there. We'll run down the rest of the women's scores in just a little bit. We're going to get a break here for the national anthem. It is Honor Military Day, Youth and Honor Military Day here. So we have a nice crowd in the Quant, and I think we're going to have a great atmosphere for college basketball. Let's take that break. We're going to get the anthem. We will come back in just a few moments. University of Wisconsin, are we going to do some kind of special thing beforehand? The way they're lining up, I'm not sure. Oh, I know what it is. We've got the color guard. That's what we're going to do.
That's military.
So,
military day here.
Scott, duh. Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll get the anthem, and we will take a break coming right back. Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN. and La Crosse. And a men's basketball game in our conference, John, that, well, has big meaning for both squads. I think on the men's side, pretty much everybody is still in the running for that conference postseason tournament. I guess it's true on the women's side, as long as certain teams, you know, keep going in the win column. There was one big upset on the women's side. I'll get to that in a moment. Just so important to start off well here tonight.
Absolutely, Scotty. And there's a log jam in the middle of this pack. You got Platteville sitting on top 8-1. And by the way, I think they play River Falls today. So you've got the top two playing, and then you've got Whitewater, La Crosse, Stevens Point at 5 and 4. Stout right behind at 4 and 5. It's just a mess in the middle. You know, sometimes this conference you'll have the 3 or 4 on top and it'll split. It seems other than Platteville, everybody is just sort of right on top of one another. So crazy league this year, but it always is, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, isn't it? All right, for the La Crosse Eagles here tonight in the starting lineup, it'll be 6-foot junior Will Furman out of Reedsburg, Wisconsin, 6'3" sophomore, and this is the guy that killed us the last time, Dustin DeRosso out of Tomah, Wisconsin. 6'7" sophomore J.J. Piter from Neenah, 6'3" junior Torrin Hanna from Mount Horeb, and 6'2" junior Chris Green from Milwaukee and Wauwatosa West. La Crosse 11-9 on the year, 5-4 in the league, coached by J.T. Gritzmacher in his first season. For UW Stevens Point tonight, 6'5" junior Malik Abdul Wahid out of Brookfield Central, 6'5" freshman Seth Myron from Appleton and Kimberly High, 6'8" freshman Cal Crone from Waukesha West, 6'1" junior Darius Bolden from Glendale Nicolay, and 6'2" freshman Josiah Butler from Appleton and Fox Valley Lutheran. So let's see, and the Pointers, by the way, 11-9, 5-4 in the league. I shouldn't forget that now, should I?
Yeah, these teams have the exact same records, Scotty.
Yes, they do. All right, let's get this crowd revved up. They seem to be ready for some good basketball here tonight, John.
I tell you, very, very busy day here on campus with, with athletics. Huge track meet going on next door. We've got spring teams practicing outside on the practice football field. It's so nice. The softball and baseball teams are outside practicing, believe that or not, in February, early February. And, well, we've got a lot of sports here. We've added a bunch. I mean, we've just, our volleyball, men's volleyball season has started.
Yep.
So
they lost one match today over at St. Norbert, but they are playing Augustana as of right now. So all good stuff. Our women win 64-61. Congrats there. Thanks to Matt Matano. He covers our women's games on the Saturdays when we can get them in. And I think as of right now, the only one we can't is the Oshkosh game, because for some reason they're both playing at the same time. I might be wrong on that. I think the women play at 3 and the men play at 7. That's what it is. So we'll have both games. All right, Crone to jump center against Piter. Let's see who gets it. Stevens Point. Nice job by Cal to get up. Butler will bring it into the front court.
And what do we got?
We have
we got a stoppage of play. Did the shot clock not start? That's what happened. The shot clock's at 29. The game clock's at 54.
So you got to get her down to 24, right?
Well, the ball was in the air for a second, so they're gonna get it within a second.
Fair enough. If we can benefit from it, we'll take it. Seth Byron on the baseline, goes inside and overlays, tipped around loose, and the Eagles will come out. Well, you got a good shot, didn't hit it.
Yeah, that was a good take early on. First possession, missed it.
Yep. Green into the front court against Butler. Sends it over right side. DeRosso, he really killed us, and he goes inside, misses. Rebound by Malik, just pulled it away from Piter. Off it'll come. Butler into the front court. Kick and a kicking violation. Tried to get a bounce pass into Cal going down the lane, and The ball came right back to him. I was like, how'd that work?
I got news for you. That's a break for the Pointers. That pass was not going to get there.
Malik Abdul-Wahid out on the right wing, sends it out to Cal Crone. Left side, it'll go there. Darius. Off the screen, he wants a three. Off the rim, no. Long rebound, Crone. Cal against Piter in the paint, goes up with that left hand and scores.
Well, he has the ability to shoot that half hook, low left, almost behind his head.
2-0 is your score.
That was really a tough shot.
Green against Darius, cut him off nicely along the sideline. Darius digging in deep defensively. Piter down on the right block. Maybe a step outside, backing in against Cal. And you know what? He turns and gives Cal what he just received at the other end.
Yeah, he just
tied at 2.
Left Cal in his wake. We had a double coming, and he spun right out of the double team.
Yep. Bolden across the way. It'll go there into the left corner. Off to Butler. Josiah against DeRosso. Right corner, Seth Myron. Myron going against Green down on the baseline. Got cut off. Gets in the lane. His left-hand jump hook way off the mark. And it'll come back.
Seth has a height advantage.
Nice dribble.
Yep.
Green down the lane, kicks to the corner, open three. La Crosse leads.
Yep, they can shoot the basketball.
Well, you can't miss too often. I know that sounds funny, but they will get out on the run. Bolden into the lane, down the lane, off the glass, and scores.
Boy, had to clear a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Held the football like a running back to get through all of those backline defenders.
Green quickly up front off the Piter moving screen. They'll get it over to Hannah. Hannah comes right to DeRosso. Malik guarding him out on the wing. Green kick out. DeRosso wants 3, and he got that. You cannot leave that guy.
Of course, he hit the 2 big threes at La Crosse. One end the first half, one end the second one to send that game into the overtime.
Malik kind of backed off on him, and DeRosso said thank you. Malik on the right baseline. They're going at it already if you didn't see that last exchange. Cal Crone up on top. DeRosso gave him a pretty good forearm. Bolden out on the wing, trying to get through the baseline. Kicks it out. Cal, 15-footer. That's way short. Rebound. Malik pinned down. Goes up. Overlays. Foul.
Are they going to get it out? Well, we've had a couple second chance opportunities early, and that's important, guys. This La Crosse team out-rebounds its opponent by over 5 rebounds per game. We've had a couple second chance opportunities early.
DeRosso with the first foul of the game. Malik will go to the line. First is on the way, and that's not going to go.
Gotta make the free throws, right?
Yes, you do.
He's a 71% shooter on the year.
Skyward Incorporated, connecting parents and education. Pointers down 4 early. Got that one down 3.
Well, La Crosse started off well from behind the arc. Now, they shoot 33% out there as a team, but they're 2 for 2 to start their night.
Quant.
Yep.
Somehow teams shoot well here.
Yeah,
Green got a bump on Darius.
Yep.
That'll be his first
Boy, you
foul.
got quick on quick right there, Scotty. Darius Bolden working against Tariq Abdel-Kareem.
Chris Green looking to inbound. It'll come to Piter. Piter against Crone into the lane. Gets it out on the wing. 3 ball buried again. This time it's Furman. So they had 3 different guys knock down triples on you.
He's their senior leader.
And you're down 6. Got to get out on the perimeter. Butler down the right of the lane. Picks up against Furman. Dishes back out Bolden. Bolden to the lane. Spins down the lane. Off the glass. Darius with the right hand will score it.
Spun off his left shoulder. Got it, as you said, opposite hand.
So here's Green. Working over to the right side. Gets it off there. Into the corner. They'll try to go underneath the Piter. Or they're going to say off of Seth Myron and out of bounds. So it'll go back to La Crosse. Shot clock 19. Eagles up by 4, 11-7. And Green, the inbounder, to Piter on the right baseline. JJ gets in deep, goes up, can't hit it. Tipped by Myron into the hands of Butler. Butler on ahead, Malik a little bit behind him so he didn't get a clear break. Butler on the wing, crossover dribble, runs baseline into the corner. Myron wants 3, no. Long rebound, Cal couldn't pull it down. On ahead it'll come. Into the front court, Hannah leaves it back for DeRosso. Oh, missed opportunity there off the Piter screen. Little pick and roll got in.
Oh,
and a block on Seth Myron. Maybe in too deep.
No, wasn't too deep. The official just didn't think he had position. That's going to take us to the first media timeout, Scotty.
We are at the first timeout. La Crosse 11, Stevens Point 7. We'll be back in 1 minute. Pointers basketball, WPCN. Luke Schwartzoff, the senior out of La Crescent, Minnesota, in for La Crosse right now to give Piter a little spell.
La Crosse has 3 different players with a 3-point made field goal so far.
In deep, shot off the glass, a little strong, but the rebound pulled down. Boy, you didn't get up off the floor, and DeRosso went right above you and pulled it away.
Right above Josiah Butler, had really good inside position, Scotty, but he didn't go up and get the ball.
Yep. Green looking, swatted by Darius into the hands of Schwartzoff, puts it off the glass, and then Cal secures the rebound.
Boy, La Crosse almost got a huge break off of that deflection.
That's for sure. Down to the baseline, Malik against DeRosso. Trying to back him in, turn, nothing, fadeaway jumper, got it. Malik Abdul-Wahid, smooth, getting better and better and better.
Low left short corner.
Learning that it's kind of a physical league. Early on, I think he didn't want to play that physical. Now, not so much afraid of it. Schwartzoff. DeRosso again. My goodness, that man can shoot.
Well, but it's wide open and good looks. Malik was going under that screen. You can't go under the screen on a good shooter.
14-9. DeRosso into the lane. It'll go to Cal. Goes up. Oh, just not a good shot. A lot of contact on the shot. No whistle. Here they come again. Hanna leaves it up. DeRosso. Malik on him, trying to take him down the lane. Dishes it back to Green to the free throw line. 15-footer buried.
Well, they're on fire, Scotty, early on. You're just going to have to play your way through and sustain this early hot shooting by the Eagles and hope at some point they cool down.
Well, you got to hope it. What is it about the Quant? Seems like everybody shoots well here. Or is it the D? Butler got inside and draws a foul.
That could be on Will Furman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something suits our opponents, at least this year.
I think it might have the best shooting background. I'm only guessing, John.
Don't know.
You know, so many of it. Well, the Zorn is tight, but so many now have that open field.
Yeah.
First free throw
and
for
yet these
Josiah.
baskets
Good.
certainly well away. We have tons of room back off the baseline, right? There's no walls behind these baskets.
I'm only guessing, but boy, teams come in and shoot well. Ryan Genrick into the game for point. Josiah's second free throw bounces over the rim and in. Again, so you're down by 6. Was that a warning? Somebody tapped the ball or something?
Yeah, could be. Thing you got to be careful of now, and we've seen it early on, is this is a good offensive rebounding Eagles team. They go get the ball. You've really got to box out and
then get up off the floor. Yeah. Green with the dribble out on top. Furman. Now he's switched over on Furman. And Malik with a steal, takes it into the lane, had it poked away, down on the floor. What are we going to get? There should have been a foul coming back on that one, my opinion, on Hanna.
That's what they're going to say on Hanna. But give Hanna credit, Scotty, because Malik looked like he was going to have something over the much smaller Will Furman. And Hanna really raced back to get involved in that.
Foul will be on Furman, his first third team. Point down by 5 at the moment. Baumgartner wants a triple, doesn't get that, and the rebound goes to the Eagles.
Well, we got an offer going from behind the arc.
Yeah, we do. Furman off the screen, lost it, but gets it before it goes into the backcourt. Over to Green against Genrick. To the corner on the right side, into the lane, kick out, Furman, open, three.
I tell you what, just Josiah Butler had his head turned. He was watching the ball, and Furman just faded to the wing.
5 3-pointers already for the Eagles.
Yeah, on all wide open, by the way.
And a bad pass by Bumgartner, picked up by Furman. Down the left wing, you might need a timeout if they splash this one down. Furman out on top, holding against Genrick over to the right side to Green. Green works to the lane, bodied up by Butler, gets it outside. Hannah, oh, beautiful. Oh, blocked by Malik out of nowhere against Schwartzoff.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be easy.
Yeah, it looked like they rotated to an easy too, didn't it?
Sure did. Malik with it into the lane. Malik really playing well here early on, but you got to score. You're down by 8, and it's not like you're playing bad. Butler step back 3 ball. That's not going to go. Rebound Schwartzoff.
Yeah, 0 for 4 from behind the 3-point line now.
Well, that leads to trouble. Green handoff Furman, who already has 2. Green down to the left baseline, sneaks in and out. No rebound. Bumgartner out to Genrick, and Ryan will bring it up.
Well, good attack by Green. Just got the back bracket.
Maybe Ryan can get the lid off the 3-point arc. Left side, it'll go there. Blake Courts down to the corner to Malik. Smooth has it. Dribbles out of the corner with it against Green. Bounces it to Bumgartner. Logan against Schwartzoff now. Trying to work it. Fadeaway jumper is going to be way short.
Yep.
Boy, I don't know. That's just not a good shot.
No, and it's just well defended by Schwartzoff.
Yep, that's like a force. Over the top, it'll go. Back out on the left wing. Green working on the dribble. Goes into the corner. Furman back up on top. 3 ball on the way. This one finally misses. Off the shot that time by Hannah. Rebound Stevens Point. Front court, you're down 8, and timeout is going to be called.
Yeah, coach not happy with how things are going on the offensive end. Got to have a little bit more movement, a little more side to side, Scotty, and we got to cut.
11:58. We'll stay right here. This is only a 30-second timeout taken. 19-11, Stevens Point women's games. Well, our Pointer women victorious 64-61. It was Stout 69, Whitewater 60. Oshkosh 67, Eau Claire 45. Platteville knocks off River 72-70. So Oshkosh in the lead on the women's side at 8-2. Whitewater at 7-3. Then you have Platteville at 6-4. 4-6 records for La Crosse, Stout, Eau Claire, and River. And Stevens Point right now at 3-7. So some work to be done.
Yep, they're going to have to go on a little bit of a run if they want to see the conference postseason. Well, let's see what we draw up here on that 30-second timeout.
Bolden, Genrick, Myron, Crone, and Courts. Blake out on the left side. Long cross-court Genrick. Darius on the wing. You're down by 8. Darius doesn't take the step back. Myron down to the baseline trying to work in tight. Spin move, goes up left hand and gets his first of the game.
That's kind of his go-to move. He loves to keep the ball in hand, turn off that right shoulder and finish left hand.
So back within 6 at 19-13. Green almost traveled with it. DeRosso, who is back in there, going against Myron, got by him down the lane,
and
scores
one.
it, foul.
Yep, beat Seth early and got downhill.
All right, so, John, DeRosso averages 13.4 a game. Against Stevens Point, the first game, 32.
And he's got to be pushing 13 already, doesn't he?
Well, he's got 8 at the moment.
Yeah,
but
be 9 if he makes it.
And he messed it. Oh, I thought it was going to be short. Honestly, I did.
You know,
got the front of the rim and went in.
Sometimes.
Well, and he's got confidence now. You know, sometimes you get confidence that, oh, they can't guard me. So anything you throw up starts going in.
Well, that was certainly the case at La Crosse.
Oh, my goodness. Yep, Darius Bolden, top of the circle. You're going to have to get a team effort to win this one. Somebody's got to start, hitting some three-point shots.
Boy, no movement here at all, Scotty.
Nope.
The ball just stuck.
Courts over to Bolden, 13 shot clock. Malik on the baseline. Gets into the lane, jump stop, spin move, throws it up, and it goes in.
Well, that was almost desperation.
It was.
Yeah, I mean,
almost a miracle.
That was just very well defended, and with He just threw it up there and got it to go.
So back up it will come. 22-15, down 7, and you feel like you're down 17. Piter down the lane against Crone. Darius sneaks in, almost stole it away, and it's going to be pointer ball.
Yeah, Piter had it in his hands a little too late, and Darius, a good and quick defender, went down to help and got the deflection off of Piter.
Darius will bring it up here. Walks it across the timeline against Green. Gives it off to Courts across the way. Genrich. Ryan in the corner. Out to Smooth. Looked inside. Could not lob there. They'll get it out on top now to Bolden. Bolden goes left. Off it'll go to Cal. Out to Malik for 3 off the rim. No. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be a La Crosse ball.
That was off of Courts.
Yep.
Well, Scotty, we now are 0-5 from behind the arc. La Crosse 5 of 6, by the way.
Ouch. Rock and Roll Cafe open 7 days a week from 7 to 3, breakfast and lunch. Right at the corner of Stanley, Minnesota. Stevens Point. Green on the right wing dribble. DeRosso in the corner. Genrich trying to guard him. They'll take it to the free throw line. Back to Green on the wing. Green against Darius. Kick out DeRosso. Trying to get by Genrich. Down the lane. Underneath it'll go to Piter. Out to Green. His 3. Got it again. Oh, only a 2.
Tell you what, great ball movement and rotation by the Eagles. Got it inside, kicked back out.
Yep. You're down 9 again. Genrich on the wing. Malik and right back to Ryan. Across the way to Cal Crone. Gonna have to dig it out. Darius leaves it off on the right wing. Crone into the lane against Piter. Oh, got it back after the miss. Powers his way in, missed it again, got it back again, and now finally a foul.
He wanted the first 1 or 2, didn't get it, got the 3rd.
How good is Cal gonna get to be?
Well, yeah, he's been away from basketball. We told our fans throughout the season he was a volleyball player after high school and decided to come back to the game of basketball. Of course, we're thrilled that he did, and he just keeps getting better and better.
Stevens Point, the inbound. It'll come on the floor, outside to Crone. Working with it is Butler. Across the way to Smooth, 10 on the shot clock. Now Genrich pulls up for the jumper, off the mark, no. Rebound Eagles, poked away by Darius, picked up by Darius, runs baseline, all the way through to the corner, kick out up on top, jumper on the way, that's not gonna go either. Boy. And then Stevens Point moves it out of bounds.
Well, you like the effort. You just would like the finish. But give La Crosse credit. They're big enough inside that they're making those shots around the rim difficult. La Crosse, to me, looks like they're really locked into on both ends.
Josiah Gilly in for Stevens Point right now. Green brings it up. You're down by 9. Kick out on the wing. Furman to the free throw line. Down against Butler in the lane. Lobs it back out to Green. Kick to the corner. 3 ball. Of course.
Wow. That one
Gross knocks that one down. And you're
like
down by 12.
5 different players have hit 3s now for La Crosse.
Yeah, it's like anything they put up, it's going in the well right now. Malik down the lane. Lean in. Gross covers him up. Out to Gilly. His jumper is good.
Up off the bench. Instant offense from Josiah.
27-17.
You just got to sustain this onslaught of shooting by the Eagles if you can.
Green comes right side, gets by Darius and gets a layup.
Yeah, Darius knew he was beat early. He leaned, and that's all it needed for the very speedy Green to get by him.
29-17. Right side Genrich out to Butler. Josiah lost his dribble now, needs some help. I thought he did, I guess not. Takes it down the right side of the lane. I thought he had swatted at it to get a dribble. Josiah takes another jumper. This one doesn't go. Gilly, that is. Green up front, poked away by Bolden, picked up by DeRosso. Off it'll go down the baseline. Outside, Gross wide open. Buried.
Right time out here. We're gonna
7 3-pointers and you're down 15.
7 out of 8. They're just putting on a shooting clinic.
Yeah.
And again, those are wide open shots.
Darius in the lane, fumbled it away, picked up by Green. Outlet underneath.
Oh,
and they lose it.
And you know what?
Perfect to DeRosso, and
that's
They lose it out of bounds.
Furman, an unselfish basketball player. He was too unselfish there, Scotty. He had the two, was going to give an assist and give a basket to a teammate, and he should have just made the two.
Luckily, the media timeout.
Yes.
You're down 32-17 on your home floor. Let's see if you can get it turned around. We'll be back in a minute. Pointers basketball, WPCN. All La Crosse in this one as they are shooting lights out and lead it 32-17.
Scotty, they haven't even hit the rim.
Nope.
Nothing but swish.
Buchanan in for Stevens Point. Butler trying to go inside and waited too long.
Yep.
The ball loose on the floor. La Crosse is going to get the possession.
Yep.
Just a bad bounce pass.
Well, and he telegraphed it. It was like he showed too much where he was going to go, and the pass needed to come sooner.
Austin Westra is the guy that read it and stole it away.
You know,
Eagles will have the ball coming off this 30-second timeout.
and that's a little bit on both players, Scotty. The guy receiving that ball has to make himself wider and has to go and get that ball too. Just give the defender for La Crosse the credit. He got lower, he got quicker, and he got around and got the steal. Everything right now working towards the favor of La Crosse. They're just playing outstanding basketball right now.
Yep. Recall a Big Ten game just a few days ago where one team had a 16-point halftime lead and lost by 8.
Even got it up to 19.
Yeah.
And
so there's a ways to go, but wow. You're getting swamped right now.
well, you're going to have to get in the face of some shooters. And of course, that's always a challenge. Do you hug three-point shooters and let their big guys beat you inside to pick your poison?
Outside, it'll go to Westra. He's out of DeForest. He has it inside against Cal. Kick out to Green, into the lane, down the lane, and he'll score it, and they're going to whistle a foul.
Well, Green is quicker than our guards. We haven't seen, our guards haven't given up, the quickness advantage much this year. And I'll tell you what, Chris Green has been quicker today, and he's getting by. He's getting downhill from our defenders.
Well, free throw by Green, off the mark, tipped out of bounds. It'll be point ball. Fortunate, I think.
I thought that went off of Cal Crone, to be honest with you, Scotty.
I did too. 34-17, you're getting bounced pretty good at the moment. See if you can turn it around. You got to start chipping away. 6:27 to go in the half. Genrich against Green, top of the circle, left side. Bumgartner down to the baseline. Logan trying to work his way in. Stops against DeRosso. Out on top, it'll go to Genrich. 10 on the shot clock. Ryan, now guarded by DeRosso, gets inside, lays it in.
Good job. We needed that one. See if you can get a stop here.
Yeah, you haven't had many stops,
no,
have you?
Haven't.
Left side, it'll go to Furman. Swatted away by Crone, picked up by Buchanan. Jake down to the other end, and he lays it in.
Well, turnover got to 2. Good defensive play. We trapped the ball. We doubled off that screen.
Back within 13. Green off to Westra. Into the hands here of Gross. Left corner Furman again. Stevens Point trying to dig deep here. Gross to the elbow. Backs it outside. Runs it down to the baseline. Shot way off. Rebound Butler. How about getting one? On ahead to Buchanan. Explodes to the baseline. Gives it back to Cal inside the arc. Gets up inside. Underlaid it. Would have been an easy 2. Had a smaller guy on him. Didn't finish with it. needed that one, I hate to say.
Yeah, foul.
And now a foul on Butler.
He jumped right in too late. That is his second, I believe, Scotty. He'll probably take a seat for the rest of this half.
So,
well, Green's quickness.
DeRosso will inbound. It is a difference. He's got 8 already. Point double teams on top. Over to the right corner it'll go. Hannah gets it inside to Piter. Spin, blocked away. Rebound to Buchanan. Piter thought that he was fouled. Got locked up with Cal. Cal fell down. Buchanan to the other end. Finds Cal in transit. I don't know what that was for. Luckily didn't travel. Butler on the wing almost put his second hand up for a double dribble. Butler down to the right corner, almost turned it over with the dribble. Out it'll come to Genrick, over to the left wing to Buchanan. 8 on the shot clock, gets down the lane, blocked away. Nice block that time by DeRosso. And Point will have the ball as it went out of bounds.
Shot clock at only 4. Plenty of time to screen, make a pass or two. Create a shot.
Malik will come in for Logan Baumgartner. 4:38 to go in the half. Boy, if he could score on this possession, it would be really helpful.
Get under double digits in the last 4:38, getting in the locker room down 9, 8, or 7. That would be huge.
Lob comes on the floor. This is Malik, goes up inside, and he'll score.
Yeah, he leaned into the defender and took that cushion away.
34-23, back within 11. DeRosso into the front court. Piter up on top. La Crosse early, big advantage. DeRosso, kick out. Green got his man in the air, pulls up for the jumper and doesn't miss it.
He's getting the better of Darius Bolden today. Darius is taking some chances. That time he left his feet defensively.
Down on the baseline, Malik. 36-23, trying to back in against DeRosso. Got by him, and then as he tried to go up, hit the bottom of the rim with it.
That was a great move. He was just under the basket.
Kick out will go, and up on top, DeRosso. Over to Green on the wing. Backdoor cut, beauty. Hannah had it poked away. Piter picked it up, missed it. Rebound, Crone. Off to Buchanan. Buchanan brings it up and heads left. Gets to the baseline. Fadeaway jumper, no.
Well, found himself open about 10 feet low left.
That was automatic for Jake.
Yeah, well, used
until
to be.
This year.
Yeah, he's struggled. There's no doubt about that this year.
We still like him, but boy, oh boy, tough. DeRosso, handoff, Green, bodied by Bolden, lost it, got it back, gets it to Furman, and he'll drain a 3.
Yep.
Went underneath the pile of bodies and cost you. You're down 16. Wow.
And we just didn't chase and take him well at all.
You got yourself back within 13, actually 11. Genrick wants an open 3. That's not going to go. He's been pretty solid.
Ours are clanking out, and La Crosse is hitting all their shots.
Furman into the front court. Takes it against Buchanan. Out it'll come to DeRosso. To the right elbow, passes it back outside. Furman gets down to the baseline, into the corner. Gross. Kick out will go. This is DeRosso at the left elbow. Out to Green, 10 still on the shot clock. Gets by Darius, down to the baseline. He'll score it with a foul.
Well, I tell you what.
This is the Chris Green show right now.
Well, and it's a circumstance right now, Scotty, where he knows he's going to be at will. And, our guys are doing their best, but you're right. It is the Chris Green show. He's just been too nifty and too quick.
Into the game will come Casey Verhagen for Stevens Point.
You ever play one-on-one with a guy that you knew couldn't stop you?
About every guy that I ever played. He missed the free throw, so there's a plus.
But that's the case right now for Chris Green.
18-point difference, 41-23.
He's just feeling there's nobody that's going to guard him.
Well, you can't give up. Underneath Buchanan, went back door, and he'll score.
Good cut, good pass.
41-25.
Need more of that.
Eagles bring it up. Stevens Point having a struggle here in the first half anyway. Hannah inside the lane, dishes back out to Rosso. Underneath Piter, and he'll score. And a late foul on Verhagen.
Yeah, but you got to wonder how you break down to that degree where Piter is on the back side of that, and he's literally under the basket, and nobody is there.
Alone.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
nobody is there to defend him. I mean, we're
Didn't
not
see
really
this
help.
coming.
We're
I
not
really
really
did not see
helping
this
well.
coming.
Yeah, no. I mean, defensively, we just are really struggling.
Yep. Foul on Verhagen. Piter's free throw off the mark. Baumgartner with a rebound. 18-point difference.
This La Crosse team can do that to you, Scotty. As
They
we
can.
mentioned earlier, this is one of the most talented teams in this conference, in my opinion, at least.
Have not beaten La Crosse since 2018. Baumgartner with the shot off the wing, scores it, 43-27. Coach Dernbach, you might recall, John, was 10-2 as a head coach against the Pointers.
Yep.
And the only two that he lost were the first two that he coached. Buchanan with a nice steal into the front court, out to Baumgartner, three on the way, scored it.
Oh.
Big steal by Jake Buchanan.
And a quick timeout by the Eagles.
And down to 13 now with 1:15 to go. And the Eagles will take a 1-minute timeout. So let's take 30 seconds and we will come back. La Crosse 43, Stevens Point 30, Pointers basketball, WPCN. How about one more stop, or maybe two? Ends up that way. Get a couple of baskets and still get yourself supposedly back into the game. I don't mean supposedly, closer to being right even.
The Pointers 13 of 32, 40%. Not too far off the season average, but the Eagles 17 of 27, 63%, and 8 of 9. But behind the arc, 88%. And Scotty, we're on pace to give up 90 or more points.
That doesn't work, does it?
And you know, you tell you what, is that good shooting? Sure is, but that is not good defense.
43-30, La Crosse will bring it up. Congrats to the women's hockey team, a 2-1 win over Northland already today. Green heads right against Verhagen. Up on top, it'll go to Furman. Fake the shot, pulls up from 15, left it short. Who's going to get it? It came right back to him. Go back, Buchanan down in the lane, got in deep, and then traveled with the ball.
Well, he wanted to take Jake, I think there. Thought maybe he had it. Got tangled up a little bit.
A bit wider body. He's not a wide body, but Jake is pretty slender.
Well, Jake stayed right there. And the other thing Jake did really well there, Scotty, he didn't react to those ball fakes and those spins. He stayed on the floor.
Senior defender.
Yep.
43-30. Up front, Genrich with it. Stevens Point could use another basket. 46 seconds to go in the half. Baumgartner out on the wing. Lobs it into the post. Off it'll go. Krohn goes up and gets it blocked.
What a great play.
Looked like it was going to be an easy two, and Griffin Ginder comes over and blocks it. Oh, that's a huge turn.
That's great help defense. That was as clean as could be.
Ginder, a sophomore out of Arlington Heights, Illinois. Big play. I think he had one like that back at La Crosse, if I'm not mistaken. Then he almost lost the ball. Picked up by Green. Kick to the corner. Three ball, and you know it had to go in. Furman nails it. Oh, that turnover is so huge. Genrich on the wing to the free throw line. Takes the shot. Giving out going. Will go to the locker room down 16. It is Stevens Point trailing 46-30 here at the half. Let's take a 90-second break. We'll come right back. UW Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN. down 46-30. Boy, if you get the shot at the other end and don't turn it over and all that good stuff, you know, you could have gotten to within 10 or 9, and now instead it's 16. It's just the way basketball works.
Well, and it's just been a shooting clinic.
Yeah.
Actually, an offensive clinic, because those shots have been in rhythm. Those shots have come off the offense. A lot of it, Scotty, has come off guys getting into the lane off the dribble, getting into our gaps, and then kicking out the open shooters. So it's a lot easier to make those shots in rhythm when they're wide open. Although I'll tell you, Furman had a couple there that were pretty well guarded. That last one, you know, we were there, and I mean, you just got to hope you can come out and cool them down in the second half. They're 9 of 10. They're going to have to bench Torin Hanna, I think, because he's the only guy to miss a three-point shot.
Yeah, I would not play him anymore.
No, he should probably go on the bus.
Yeah,
and wait for them to finish. I mean, and the other thing, Scotty, their guards have been terrific today. You're looking at Furman and Chris Green. They average 16-3 a game between the two of them. They already have 24, 12 apiece. So they're already 8 above their combined season averages. And let's face it, our guards have struggled against them. We've struggled closing out in Furman. And Chris Green has just been a terrific playmaker in this first half. His quickness has really run their show. And he's got 4 assists, no turnovers. Don't you love that out of your point guard? And then he's 6 of 7 field goals. I mean, he's having a heck of a game.
And he did not score against the Pointers in the first meeting. Yeah. So you figure it out. He did play, probably not many minutes. Maybe Coach is just learning his team, John.
Yeah, well, who knows?
Coach Gritzmacher.
But Chris Green certainly came to play today. He's and you know what? And I think Coach JT for La Crosse understands he's having a game today, and you can see that by the fact that he hasn't left the floor.
Yep.
20 minutes.
Yep.
And you wouldn't know that he hasn't left the floor. He hasn't lost any quickness or energy at all. I mean, he's just been tough for the complete 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it is halftime, and the Eagles have to be somewhat happy, I would think, at in the locker room.
This will be in their end of year season. You know, you have those great minutes that you show everybody when you have your senior night or what have you, your highlight reel. I put this 20 minutes in the box.
Yeah, the 20 minutes, unless you somehow blow the 16-point halftime lead.
And that can happen. I mean, we've seen that many, many times. I mean, this game is far from over. It could just as likely turn around in the second half. Who knows? I guess we're hoping for that. But, boy, they have been really good here so far tonight.
Yeah, and a puzzle to me seems to be the slow start that Josiah Butler seems to have every single game. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying anything negative. But if you just look at Josiah, who is arguably your top scorer, well, he is. I mean, numbers-wise, he's 15 points a game. He has 2 right now. Yeah. You go to the last game, well, he did have 10 at the half and finished with 20. The game before that, he had 6 at the half, finished with 8. You have to have a little bit more, my opinion, consistency out of your leading scorer. So,
well, and just a freshman.
Yeah.
So,
so there's a lot of room to grow and all that good stuff.
Figure it all out over time. But, but I think he has had some slow starts. Scotty, I don't think he's always looked to score early. There were some possessions early, I thought, that he had catch and shoot opportunities.
Passed him up.
Yeah, he's our best three-point shooter at 46%. I mean, that's really good. I don't think a guy like him should, when you're shooting 46%, making 1 out of every 2, I don't think you should pass up any open in rhythm three-point shot. He should be selfish with that and should recognize that he's our best shooter, and when he's got one that's open, shoot.
And you love a teammate that wants to get everybody involved.
Yep.
But there were times, I agree, where he had the look, unless somehow he just didn't feel comfortable, which we don't know. But you have got to find a way. as they're starting to crawl away, you needed one of those baskets to stay close. 16 is an awful lot of points to come back from.
Against a team as good as we're playing.
Yeah.
I mean, where is our advantage when you look at position by position? Certainly not at the guard position as far as shooting so far. They're bigger inside. I mean, they have some really nice post players. Westra, Piter. I mean, who wouldn't want those two players on their team, right?
Yeah.
And they have just a lot of nice pieces.
Yeah, that they do. So it's halftime. The Pointers are down 46-30. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll come back. John will have all the stats. This is UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN. Hilltop Pub and Grill for lunch or dinner. The Hilltop is there for you. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Open daily at 11. And with all the halftime stats, here's John Zellmer.
Thank you, Mr. Krieger. Do I have to?
Really?
I guess I do. For the visitors today from La Crosse, only about 15 minutes from my hometown. Putting on a shooting clinic, 18 of 29, 62%. 9 of 10 from behind the three-point line. Yep, that's 90%. You win a lot of games if you if you shoot 90%. And they have not been good at the free throw line, Scotty. Just 1 of 4. I guess too close.
Yeah, I think so.
25%, of course. They've had 18 rebounds, one more than the Pointers. Only 2 on their offensive end, but when you don't miss any shots, it's hard to get an offensive board. They've had 14 assists to go with 7 turnovers. Those 14 assists and a half, Scotty, that's an impressive number. It shows how well their offense is really working. 3 steals and 3 block shots for La Crosse rounds out their line in the first half. The Pointers, 13 of 34, 5 more shots than the Eagles, 38%. Just 1 of 6 from behind the three-point line. The Pointers in the last few games, Scotty, have been pretty good from behind the three-point line. Only 16% so far today, and 3 of 4 from the foul line, 75%. We did have 17 boards, 5 on our offensive end, 5 assists to go with 3 turnovers, 4 steals, and a block shot. Points off turnovers, Stevens point 5-2. Points down in the paint, Stevens point 18-12. If you look at all these stats, they make it appear that points winning these things. Second chance points, 5-0. The Pointers, fast break points, 5-0. The Pointers, bench scoring, 13-6. The Pointers. But what the Pointers don't have is 90% shooting from behind the arc and 62% shooting on the half. I mean, La Crosse is just simply shooting lights out.
That is a fact. Do you think the La Crosse players are trying to tell Coach Dern, you left us for that?
Well, you know, there's always a little bit of that, probably. I'm sure on the way over that was something that was probably talked about in the prep. That was probably some of the last words, you know. But this is JT Gritzmacher's team now, and yeah. we're to February, and does that play into the outcome here all that much? No, I don't think so. Because then why don't they find a reason to want to play better against the 9 teams that beat them this year? So They're just playing really well, and you know what? Coach is a guy that recruited most of those guys, and he recruited a lot of talented players. I mean, it's as simple as that, and they're playing like it today.
Yeah. 46-30, let's run down the scoring for La Crosse. They have a pair of guys in double figures already. Will Furman with a dozen, and Chris Green with a dozen. 9 for Dustin DeRosso, 6 for Jake Gross, 4 for J.J. Piter, 3 for Torin Hanna. For Stevens Point, the leading scorer is Malik Abdul-Wahid. He has 7. Then you go down to 5 for Logan Bumgartner, 4 for Darius Bolden, and 4 for Jake Buchanan. 2 for Seth Myron, 2 for Cal Crone, 2 for Josiah Butler, 2 for Ryan Genrick, and 2 for Josiah Gilly here at the half. Stevens Point down 46-30 at the half right now. So, you know, you gotta find your way back up, and hopefully, you know, we've been in that position before. I can't remember the game, John, where we were down by a bundle, made that quick run, got all the way back, but then could not finish.
Was that Eau Claire, maybe?
It might have been. No, they haven't been here yet.
Oh, no.
Have they?
I thought you meant another game that was similar.
No, I thought it was right here.
Oh, well, it could be. Well, we've had a couple that way. Trying in Indiana, we fell behind and came back hard on. Almost could have won that game. So, nope. I mean, and La Crosse knows that. They got experience over there. You don't win a game in the first half.
Not usually, right?
And then if you watch the Badgers game, you certainly know you don't win a game in the first half. I tell you, Scotty, if this La Crosse team that we're watching here this afternoon shows up and plays to this level in the conference tournament, there's not a lot of teams that are going to want to have to play them.
No, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Yeah, the Pointers were down by 15 to Oshkosh at the half. Made that run all the way back, but then ended up losing by 5.
Well, you may remember in that game, we got off to a quick start right out of the locker room. These first 5 minutes.
In the second half.
Yeah, these first 5 minutes for the Pointers are going to be crucial.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if the game just resumes to what we watched for 20 minutes, it could be a really long afternoon.
Yep, going to be lights out then. 46-30 on your final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard. La Crosse with the lead. The final score, corner of 2nd and Maria, Stevens Point. They have all of your game day needs, or you can stop at the OT Tavern right next door for a little something extra. DeRosso, Piter, Hanna, Green, and Furman. Same 5 that started the ball game for the Eagles.
You know, the question too, Scotty, is were the Eagles that good, or do you look through your own glasses and say our defense was that bad? I guess that's irrelevant in terms of the outcome of a game, but you gave up 46 points, so obviously that's not good defense.
Nope, I would agree there. Points going to go with Abdul-Wahid, Myron, Crone, Butler, and Genrick. Start off the second half.
And La Crosse, by the way, will get the first possession.
Yeah. Somehow it seems, and not just Pointer games, all the high school games that I seem to do, somehow it seems like the team that has the lead always gets the ball to start off the second half.
Or the team that hits a big shot like Furman did at the end of a half gets it right back for another shot.
Yeah. All right, here we go. La Crosse will inbound. You're down 16. Can you make a run or not is the question. Inbound, it'll come to Green. Genrick's going to try to keep him under control here in the second. DeRosso against Malik down to the baseline. Can't hit it. Rebound, Seth Myron.
Well, so far, so good.
Yep. Butler into the front court, left side. Gives it up to Genrick. Off the Crone screen at the arc to the free throw line. Kick out Myron, left side Butler. Free throw line extended. Josiah into the hands of Myron. Barely went back to get it. Seth pulls up from 15 and got it.
Yeah, I had some height advantage over Furman and just throws above him off the dribble.
So 46-32. Green comes back up with it. Heads right with the dribble and crosses over, gets into the lane,
Off of
lost
him.
it,
Yep.
and it'll be Pointer basketball.
Well, 2 stops and 2 possessions.
Auto Select, quality, dependable auto repair and service, performed by qualified technicians that you can trust. Well, the Pointers will bring it up without any pressure whatsoever. Butler walks it across the half-court stripe. Leaves it for Genrick. Off to Seth. Myron, that is. Josiah Butler gives it up to Malik into the lane. Bodied up by Hannah. Looking for somewhere. Bounces it to the corner. Just a bad pass.
Yeah. Couldn't generate a shot, and the 3-second call was coming, so he tried to get rid of it.
DeRosso, right corner, it'll go there. Furman. Furman against Genrick off the switch. Over to Green. Green kicks it out. Wide open from the left corner and as good as gold.
Yep, splashed another. Hannah. And I'm telling you, folks, they're not hitting the rim. They're just splashing them.
Yep, 49-32.
But what beautiful ball rotation. They got it down into the post, and they just went right around the horn with the pass.
Maybe Hannah keeps his spot because he made the three-pointer. Throw to the corner. Genrick not able to, well, he's going to take a 3 here off the rim. Myron, the rebound underneath, goes in against Green. Left-hand jump hook, can't hit it. Cal tried to get it. Off to Piter. Here come the Eagles. Furman into the front court. Working left against Butler. Getting schooled right now. Green against Genrick. Lead at 17. DeRosso missed everything and out of bounds.
Well, Malik was there, but he had low hands, and frequently great shooters, when they see your hands down, will launch it. DeRosso did there, just came up short. He'll have a short memory, though. Good shooters don't think much about those misses.
Yep. Butler with it for Stevens Point. Over to Cal on the wing. Nobody's been able to really get going offensively for Point. Genrick in the left corner out to Butler. Josiah step back 3, going to be short. Cal unable to get free from Piter to go get that rebound.
He got held by Piter and couldn't get to the rebound from my vantage point. Certainly got tangled up with him.
Yeah, that's a fact. Green working off the dribble along the timeline. 17 down is Stevens Point. DeRosso into the lane, kicks to the right wing. In deep is Piter, blocked from behind. Crone will come up with it. Up it'll come with Butler. Well, you need to score.
Yeah.
It's great to get a few stops, but you have to put the ball in the well. Over to the right side it'll go. Myron looking at Crone in the post. Out to Malik. No three-point shooter seemingly. Malik gets in deep, goes up. Short turnaround, left it short.
Yeah, he had the big mismatch against Green and didn't take advantage of it. Just came up short on the shot.
Yep. Piter gives it over, left side Green. That's 3 stops without any conversion on your end.
Yep.
DeRosso running baseline, got in deep, ball comes free. Butler down on the floor, and it is going to be Pointer basketball.
Yeah, that one in the foot of Torrin Hannah.
Well, you like the fact you're getting some stops,
you
but
are,
somebody's got to put the ball in the net.
Scotty, I mean, you've had 3 or 4 stops and haven't converted. You know, that's 8. You could be down 9. I mean, you've gotten stops, but you haven't converted.
Ginder in for J.J. Piter, 49-32. Point still trails. Butler into the front court. Josiah's just not gotten free whatsoever. Myron into the lane, down the lane, and he just lost his footing.
Yeah, trying to spin off the left shoulder and just stumbled.
Tough day. Paper City Savings, proud supporter of our community. Locations, Plover, Wisconsin Rapids, and Nakusa.
You get a stop and then turn it over. So
I think that's 4 now.
Yep.
Green up front, over to Ginder off of his hand. He'll track it down before it goes over and back. Back to Green, trying to get by Genrick, poked away by Butler. Green got it back, and then he traveled.
He
was down on the floor and stood up.
He stood up with the ball.
That's 5 stops without a basket. Well, let's hope we get one here.
And yet the lead is still 17
That's exactly right.
at the first media timeout. So 5 stops, and they've increased their lead by a point.
Got to find somebody to shoot the ball. 15:52 media timeout. La Crosse 49, Stevens Point 32. 30-second break. We'll be right back. Pointers basketball, WPCN. here in the second half. 15:52 to go in the ball game. Your final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard showing the Eagles up by 17, playing before or after game get-togethers at the final score, second to Maria Stevens Point.
Scotty, the two teams had 10 turnovers between them in the first half. They've got 5 together already. La Crosse with 3 turnovers in the first 4 minutes, and the Pointers with 2. So
trying to find somebody to shoot it. Haven't been able to get Butler going, and
No.
I guess maybe a lot of credit to the Eagles.
Yep.
Josiah working against Furman. Sends it over, right side Genrick. Ryan drops it in. Myron, right baseline. Fakes it against Green. Gives it off to Malik. Malik at the right elbow. Tries to get into the lane, down the lane. Jump stop, nowhere. Puts it up off the glass. Again, doesn't go, and Hannah with a rebound.
Guy, I think he had an opportunity early on the dribble and rotated out of it.
Green, Hannah, 3, missed one.
And they're going to get a hold on Baumgartner working against Ginder.
You're right. That for Logan's his first. Actually, the first foul of the second half. So the Eagles will get yet another opportunity. Ginder, Furman into the lane, and he gets it.
Yep. You know, you talk about winning your matchups. I'm not sure we've won a matchup today.
No, I would agree with that. Genrick, left side Butler, into the corner. 3 ball is going to be too long for Myron. And the Eagles with a chance to get it over a 20-point mark here.
Yeah.
Furman across the way. Green explodes left. Coach thought there was an illegal screen there.
Did.
Furman traveled. They didn't call that
He
one.
did.
Here comes Green through the lane. Ball tipped away, picked up by Baumgartner. Lead feed Genrick, and he lost the ball.
You know what? He was going to catch and pass all at once. And just,
everything's going wrong.
And just never got a hold of that ball. He had Myron flashing to his left and just fumbled the ball.
Yeah, you had well, either way, you don't have it. Out on the wing with the basketball now is Gross. You're down by 19. Gross kick out. Hannah inside the arc. Back to Gross. 3 on the way. That's offline. Airballed and out of bounds.
Well,
boy, they're giving you every chance in the world.
They really have, Sky, and they've cooled down, which frequently happens. Very few teams can keep shooting threes the way they were, and yet we've just sat at 32.
And I think the Eagles have taken a 32nd time out here.
You know, we had all these opportunities, Scotty, and we've scored 2 points in 6 minutes.
Yep.
So,
well, not like they haven't tried to let you get back into the game
if
here.
you just have any efficiency at all, you're down to 8 or 9 points.
All of our offense that we've had, John, is gone.
Poof. It's a funny game,
Got blowed up here.
Isn't it always? It's just basketball is that way sometimes.
Leah's Jewelers, providing custom design jewelry, free custom design consultations, as well as jewelry repair where dreams are made. Good luck, Pointers. Leah's Jewelers, Darius Bolden back into the game.
You just, as coaches, sometimes you just don't know what button to push. Sometimes you can push every button you got and it just never starts.
Maybe somebody will get the lid off and then you can start a little run. We'll see. Baumgartner on the wing. Gives it up to Butler. Back to Baumgartner. Logan didn't take it. Now he'll try it. Off the rim, no. Rebound Furman.
And that was well defended.
Yep. Yeah, he was right there with him.
Yep.
Furman up front, high left corner.
At 1-3-1 zone. I don't know how that'll work against a good shooting team. Let's find out.
Furman thought about it. Bad pass, stolen away. Malik will take it in, lays it up and in.
And he wanted to dunk that.
He did, but DeRosso took that away.
He's coming up with a leg
Yeah, it came
injury.
down funny.
Yeah, left.
He had a switch because of DeRosso.
Yep.
Malik saying I'll be okay, but they're going to make him come out, I think.
Yeah.
The officials stopped the game for him.
Stopped the game. And, you know, he's a big part of that 1-3-1, Scotty, because he plays that on top. He's 6'5" and really long.
And quick.
Yes.
All right, Green into the front court, top of the circle, right side DeRosso to Furman. Had a chance, didn't launch. Back to DeRosso. They get it inside, over to the corner. Furman wide open. 3 more.
And there's a challenge playing a zone against a Will Furman. He'll just go and find a spot on the baseline, which is where the 1-3-1 is weak, quite frankly, and make some shots.
Butler, right baseline, tosses it out to Genrick off the Cal screen. Over to Butler again, into the lane, down the lane. He'll finish with a layup.
Hasn't had many of those.
4 points for Butler, 54-36.
We're going to stay in the
La
zone.
Crosse.
Nope. Going
out of it they come.
Back to the man-to-man, yep.
Green against Bolden. 12:43 to go in the game. You still have some time. Gross with it in hand. Out between the rings. Looks and goes left side. DeRosso wanted to go to Piter. Takes it into the lane. And the bad pass tipped away. Picked up by the Eagles. Wouldn't you know. Piter fade away. Left it short. Rebound.
Shot clock.
Yep, shot clock violation.
Well, yet another stop by the Pointers.
Had you scored on even half of those stops, John, this would be about a 6-point game.
They've only scored 8 points in 7 minutes and 37 seconds.
Good to see Malik come right back in, although he still looks like he's hobbled. Baumgartner out. You're down 18, 54-36.
That's the bad news. They've scored 8 points in all that time, and you've lost 2.
Yeah. Butler left baseline out to Crone. Back to Josiah Butler into the lane, down the lane. Against Furman, double clutches, goes up, poked away, out of bounds. And point basketball.
Yeah, blocked out of bounds.
54-36, 12:04 remaining. Bolden will be the inbounder for Stevens Point. Women's basketball, our Pointers were victorious, 64-61. Congrats to the ladies. They will be at home Wednesday hosting Whitewater. Lob comes into Crone. Cal fakes the 15-footer. Works inside, goes up, short jumper. Nope, but he'll go to the line.
Yep, foul on Piter. Well,
First,
you need
Piter, I believe.
every possible point. Now, you need both these free throws.
Yep.
Cal is 64% on the season, 27 of 42.
They called the foul on Hannah.
Huh.
Free throw good for Cal. I didn't know Hannah was even in the picture, I hate to tell you. But that's what they say.
Yep.
Cal Crone gets the second. Coming up here, 54-37, and he got them both.
Back to
54-38.
Back to where we began the half, 16 points down.
And so Furman with the job of bringing it up. You've got time, but you have to believe in you, obviously. You need to make shots. Gross with it over to Furman. Runs it down the lane off to Piter. Fumbled it. Picked up by Bolden. Darius into the front court off to Genrick. Goes inside. Reverse layup. No tip. That should have been, I don't know.
Actually,
Malik
that
hit
was
it?
our guy. Malik grabbed the rim.
All right. Well, you got a layup. Didn't hit it. Over to the left side, Furman. Furman to the free throw line. All the way to the baseline. Scooping layup. No. Malik will get the rebound for Stevens Point. Out it will come. Bolden. I think you want to run your offense quicker if you're Stevens Point. Darius down on the left wing. Into the lane. Out it'll go to Genrick. Baseline jumper. Got it.
Well, good ball fake. Got the defender to close out hard in the air at the three-point line and ducked under him, got the shot.
When I say got to run your offense quicker, you kind of had an opportunity to get up the floor, catch them before they get set, and we kind of walked it up the floor. You're down by now 14. I don't think you can walk the ball up the floor too many times.
No, you only got 11:07 to go. But that's, plenty of time, Sky. No doubt about that.
Yeah,
and La Crosse has sort of been waiting a little bit. So.
Yeah. Well, it's only a 4-5 possession game.
Yeah.
In reality, if you get stopped.
Well, if you come back, and hit 4 threes in a row.
Yeah. Well, that's why I say
you can get into a 14-point lead in a hurry.
Yes, you can. 11:07 to go. Your final score: Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard showing La Crosse 54, Stevens Point 40. You can score amazing food and drinks at Stevens Point's perennial Sports Bar and Grill.
Nice.
The final score, second to Maria.
nice crowd here today,
Yeah,
Scotty.
very
And,
nice.
and La Crosse has done a good job keeping them right on their seats.
Well, that's a fact.
I mean, they've taken the crowd right out of this.
That is a fact. Want to remind all that are listening, next Saturday is going to be a big one here. First of all, Platteville's coming in. That in itself will be a big game. But it is Alumni Day, and they are going to honor the 20-year anniversary of the first national championship. And almost all of those guys are going to be back, including the Jason Kelsos, Nick Bennett's, Eric Moss's of the world, Tamaris Relaford's. All those guys will be back, so come on out and help celebrate 20 years of that first national championship next Saturday. The game is at 5.
Yeah, the first of 4.
Yep. Into the left corner. Green
Oh,
gets
boy.
by his man right down the lane and missed it going in. Blocked out of bounds. Darius with the recovery, I think.
Boy, he just gets downhill on us.
Yep.
He did get a rest. He played all 20 minutes in the first half. It's been on the
I
bench
think
a little
Darius
bit.
maybe caught a knee to the thigh. He looks like he was hobbling there. Out it'll go to Green on the wing. Wanted to go inside up to DeRosso down the lane. Kick out Piter into the corner. Gross 3 off the rim, no. And they get the rebound and Hannah scores with a foul.
Yep.
Boy, you got him to finally miss a 3. And they're going to maybe get 3 from the free throw
and again,
line.
a good rebounding team. You may remember when they were trying to get into the game with against us at La Crosse. We had a decent lead. It was their offensive rebounding that got them back into that game.
Foul on Malik. It's only the second, and they turn a missed 3 into a 3-point play anyway.
I mean, they're very aggressive, and they really go get it.
57-40. Butler. Off it'll come right side. Bolden bounces it into Malik. He's got Green on him, had it poked away on the floor and picked up by the Eagles. It's that kind of day.
Yep.
You can't really get away with putting it on the floor too much in the post.
Nope.
Westra gets
That's
inside,
travel.
double team, and he'll score. They did not call the travel.
I think that was one too many steps.
And all of a sudden, back to 19.
From where I sit, but nobody on our bench seemed to complain about it.
59-40. Is it going to be one of those days? And a bad pass by Darius, kicked by Green, who
Well, it
comes
sure's
right
looking,
back and hands it to the official.
it's certainly looking to be one of those.
Yeah.
It's like
Just don't have any spark.
No, and it's like La Crosse saying, okay, you young guys at point, this is not your day.
Yep. Butler down on the baseline, took a bump, trying to get inside himself over to Malik. Passed up with 3, makes a pass into the lane, stolen away. Cal didn't come to it, but why the bounce pass there?
And why not the shot by Malik?
Yep. DeRosso, left side, 3 ball, no. Rebound backside, off it'll go, layup good by Hannah.
And that rebound by...
And you're down 21.
Yep.
Coach, I thought, wanted a timeout. Darius into the lane, throws it out. Malik wants 3, got it.
I mean, they're just killing us on the offensive board, just like they did in that second half at La Crosse.
Yep. 9:23 to go. Point will take a 30-second timeout. And let's take that 30. We'll come right back. Pointers basketball, WPCN. Pounding on our guys, 61-43 right now.
Yeah, La Crosse.
And that was from the start, right, John?
It has. They've controlled this game. Well, we led 2-0, but that's been it. La Crosse 6 of 14 now in the second half. They've cooled down in this half to 42%.
Yeah. Well, and we've been kind of saying it that way, and they have kind of given you a chance to get back into this game, and you just haven't taken advantage. Out on top with it is Hannah. Left side down on the baseline, DeRosso. Bounce pass, Hannah going down the lane, missed the shot, rebound Butler. Got to push it, you have 5 on 4. Butler into the front court. Down the lane, kicks it to the corner. Myron open, 3 on the way. In and out, no. And the rebound, Eagles.
Going to be one of those days, it appears.
Wow, that was as open as we've had a shot.
That was in rhythm.
DeRosso down to the left baseline, kicks it out. Gross wants 3, and he didn't miss.
Boy, they just know where other shooters are, too. That was a ball got down to the baseline and just kicked it to the top wing, opposite side.
Yep, 64-43. Eagles by 21. Bolden comes right, Myron. Looked into the post. Out on top, it'll go to Butler.
Amazing how good you look when you make shots,
And
isn't
that
it?
pass goes straight out of Casey Verhagen will come back here for Stevens Point.
Now, this one is not going to happen today, Scotty. We're down 21, 8-14 to go.
Yep.
They have just dominated this basketball game.
Yeah, they've kind of spanked us.
They really have, no doubt about it. If I'm in every position,
Kind of like the River Falls game,
Yeah,
where we kind of were never in it.
Nope.
Up on top, Westra goes left. Holding there, Gross down on the block. Westra against Crone. Bigger, stronger, got inside, and Cal's going to get a foul, and they're going to give Westra the basket on top of it.
He's a big, strong kid, Westra. He's been there for a while now. A senior. 6'6" kid with strength and good footwork like he has can really have a good career at Division III.
And did.
Yep.
66-43, 7:53 to go. And it is going to...
This is going to, they called timeout, but this is going to be construed also as the media.
Okay.
So they wipe the media away, but it becomes a full timeout.
I got you. 66-43.
Oh,
and
no, they're not going to give them the full.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said.
He did say no media at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works. Us media guys, are we supposed to know that?
Yeah, probably should, but they're not going to call it the media. Does that mean we're going to get a media at the next break?
I don't think. Well,
Westra
I don't
goes
know.
to the line. I don't think it matters now.
No. Just let this clock run at this point.
Yeah. Too bad we had a nice crowd in here, and we
did.
did not put on a very good show. Missed the free throw,
Look at that.
and the ball tipped all the way out to Westra, and what's the foul?
They're going to call an illegal screen on
Hannah.
Torin Hannah. I think for the point bench, that call is a little too late.
Yeah.
Coach has been talking to about some of that action, but
I didn't know where that towel came from. Now I do. Guys, okay, anyway. That is only 2 team fouls on the Eagles. Josiah Gilly back in for point right now. Bolden into the front court, gives it off to Bumgartner. Logan on the wing, off the Josiah screen, down to the baseline. Logan kicks it out. Verhagen passed up a 3.
Yeah.
He was the only guy out there. Don't know about that. Bolden wants 3, and he got it.
It worked. Down 20.
So, 66-46. They'll let Green walk it up the floor. 7:20 to go in the ball game. Green against Verhagen, takes him toward the baseline. In deep, it'll go to Westra. Just bumps his way over Josiah Gilly. Got his own rebound.
And there you go. Offensive rebounding. That was the action that got La Crosse back into that overtime win when we were trying to close that game out. They just kept getting second chance opportunities in the last part of that basketball game. Again, they're a good rebounding team. They out rebound their opponents on average by more than 5 a game.
Free throw for Westra. Good. Wow. Well, now you go out on the road to Whitewater and then home against Platteville.
Every game is a challenge.
Yeah. Second free throw is good.
Well,
68-46.
You're often not as good as you think you might be when you play a really good game, and you're not as bad as you might feel you are when you get taken apart either.
We know that. We've seen it.
Yep.
Bumgartner down the lane, can't hit the left-hand layup, then tipped out of bounds off of Josiah Gilly's hand. 6:58 to go in the ball game. Well, hopefully better results when we're back at home next Saturday with the alumni coming in. Green will bring it into the front court. I'm not going to give up just yet, but it doesn't look very good. Furman outside the arc with Buchanan on him.
La Crosse
into the hands of Gross. Gross kicks left corner in deep to Westra. Kick it out, beautiful pass. Gross wide open, missed one. Rebound Logan.
La Crosse won't be in
And
any
he
hurry
throws
now,
it away.
And then he just threw it right out of bounds.
So I mean, it's that kind of stuff. Logan could have walked it up the left side, decided he didn't want the ball. Darius thought, oh, he's going to bring it up, so he takes off and the ball goes out of bounds.
It's been a,
you know what?
It's been a stinker, hasn't it?
Yep. We credit the Eagles for most of it, but that's the kind of thing that happened.
Yeah.
Green up on top, over to the right wing. Gets it over to Furman, and he'll pass up the shot.
Yeah.
Gets it right back, 6 on the shot clock. To the corner, Gross for 3, way off the mark and out of bounds, off a point with 1 on the shot clock.
Well, this would be a perfect day if they would lob to the front and make the basket. That's about all you got.
Cross, not us.
That's what I mean. It would be fitting for the way this day has gone with only a second left on their shot clock.
Crone in for Gilly, maybe to defend against that.
Absolutely.
Lob goes to the front of the rim. They weren't able to hit it.
And
now the Pointers throw it away again.
Man alive, fellas.
For no reason, they're throwing the ball away.
Trying to push, trying to get out and get some early offense, but you got to be better than that.
You can see all the bodies there. You can't throw the ball there.
No, there was nothing there. La Crosse was running and transitioning beautifully.
It's just one of those, I guess. We keep saying that. Crone tries to take a fall. He does, but doesn't get a call, and then DeRosso is going to score off an offensive missed shot.
Boy, we're just giving up a bundle of offensive rebounds. So.
Too bad. With a nice crowd. 3 ball, good for Darius Bolden. And you're down 70 to 49, 5.5 minutes to go.
Scotty,
and Point will a timeout here.
This is a game where you burn the tape if you're the Pointers.
I don't think you ever look at this one.
No.
I don't know what you can learn from it. Timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back. Pointers basketball, WPCN. Verhagen.
Well, La Crosse with a 9 rebound advantage now, Scotty, and 7 offensive boards in the second half alone.
Down by 21, inbound it'll go to Furman. Point going with the full court press.
Well, that was almost a pass you could have got to.
Yep. Green into the front court, leaves it off for Westra.
Just going to run clock, I think.
Yeah, well, why not?
Oh, absolutely.
Green inside, tipped away by Verhagen and out of bounds. Whitewater pounding Stout right now. Platteville up 5 on River, nearing the end of their game, and Oshkosh destroying Eau Claire. Right side kick out Furman. Furman's betting deadly. Green was hot in the opening half. DeRosso, who killed us the first game, that one tipped off, I thought, of Westra's hand and out of bounds.
It did. Westra wasn't quite ready for that pass. Maybe it came a little too hard. The spacing there was pretty close.
Verhagen walks it up the right wing, gives it over to Butler. Left side, Bumgartner. Long cross court, Verhagen runs baseline and scores it.
Well, he did a lot of that in high school. Of course, he's transferred here from Northern Michigan. And he had 2,250 points or so in high school.
Furman double teamed off the sideline. Got rid of it before any problem. It'll go back to Green. Off on the wing, right corner, down
beautiful.
underneath, and an easy lay-in for Gross.
Well, they're just picking us apart.
Yeah. They know where to be, as
They
you
sure do.
talked
Well, they
about
played
before.
together a long time.
Yeah, they do. Not all seniors, but a lot of juniors on this
team. A lot of experience.
Inside, unable to finish was Verhagen again.
Good attack.
Pretty good look.
Yep.
Furman brings it up, 72-51. La Crosse, 4 minutes to go, gets down the lane, and Furman missed it. Westra put back, no, and then a foul.
Right, he just planting himself in there, and we got to fight harder, Scotty, not to give up that position. I mean, you work so hard to get him to miss a shot, and then, what is that, the 10th offensive rebound this half?
Westra will go back to the line. This is a 2-shot foul. Eagles have amazingly only committed 2 fouls in the half. We have not really been offensively aggressive when you needed to be. Heck, you were down 16 points at the half. How did you come out being aggressive? I am not. One of those games.
We really haven't done anything to make them foul us.
72-51. Blake Courts in for a point. Westra will get the second opportunity, and he missed them both, and they tip it. Thankfully missed it to Rosso.
Who is that, DeRosso?
Yeah.
I mean, how do we let him come
that
close off a free throw
Butler
line?
turns his back, has it picked, down to the other end, and Hannah misses. Westra put back, no, and another foul.
Man, and another offensive board.
Boy.
It's almost as if we're glued to the floor, isn't it?
But how does he come the full length of the floor, and then you give him inside position?
Yeah.
Baumgartner with his third personal foul. 6 2 fouls, but I say that has nothing to do with the scoreboard right now.
No, absolutely nothing.
You're just getting manhandled, I guess is the way to put it.
That rebounding is, that's...
Wow.
Rebounding is so oftentimes position, fight, and effort.
Yep.
And we just don't have it today.
We don't have any effort here today. No fight anyway. Maybe effort, no fight.
Not to take anything away from La Crosse.
No,
because they have played spectacularly.
Yep. Butler into the lane again. He turned his back and almost lost it. Yeah. Blake Courts at the free throw line. They're going to have to clean that up, and Blake gets stripped. Lead feed Furman. Lobs it for Westra, and he'll throw it down. Well, good for the La Crosse fans again. Point's going to take a timeout. Might as well empty the bench. It's a little crazy now. 76-51. Our youth maybe showing, I don't know.
We've quit a little bit, Scotty.
Yeah, for sure. I think for sure we quit on this one.
This has kind of become a scrimmage.
Kind of.
La Crosse.
Yep. So, timeout, 3:07 to go. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll come right back. Pointers basketball, WPCN. Is going to drop back to even in league play at 5-5, 11-10 overall. As much as I hate to say, you're not going to overcome a 25-point deficit.
No, and at some point, you almost go into a little embarrassment and shock. You can look at it. I'm looking at the faces of our kids, and it's like they're a little shell shocked here. They know they haven't played well.
But Butler over to Myron. Up to Cal Crone. Cal gets to Myron. Myron pulls up.
Foul.
And he hit it with a foul.
That's
Seth
on
with
DeRusso.
6 points. I don't know if we challenged them enough defensively, with our offense. Josh Krubaugh in, 6'5" sophomore for the Eagles.
Well, let's face it, we're a young basketball team, mostly freshmen, and we're getting schooled by older kids.
Myron's free throw is good. He has 7 points. Inbound to Green, you're down by 22. 2:40 to go in the ball game. Green against Butler, leaves it off for Westra, getting by Crone. Down to the baseline, got inside, scores easy.
Yeah, look at that big, stronger body.
He got Cal on his heels, and that was the end of that.
Just pushed him right to the rim.
Myron right side down to the baseline, they had Blake Courts uncontested underneath, couldn't get him the ball. Crone, right block, kick out. Butler to the elbow, nowhere to go. Skip pass, Myron, right corner. Out it'll go to Cal. Inside, out to Butler, steps over, 3-ball, got it.
Scotty, we had 3 catch and shoot 3-point shots.
And
so
we finally took.
And we only shot the 3rd one.
Yep. 78-57. That's Josiah's first 3-pointer of the game.
Yeah.
With basically 2 minutes to go. That tells you something. Westra into the block against Cal, who's going to get a foul.
Cal's just not strong enough.
And he's tired. You can see that.
Yeah, he's huffing pretty good.
He's got 3 personal fouls now, does Cal, I think. Yep.
We're finally
7th team.
Point has finally reached the bonus. Well,
so
the Eagles
Westra 1-1 coming here.
Yeah.
In for the Eagles, Cade Van Asten, a sophomore out of Little Chute. In for the Eagles, 6'4" freshman Vince Vandergeest from Bayport. So they're kind of clearing the bench a little bit here. Free throw for Westra, good. Earns him a second.
You start a last name with Van, and you have a pretty good idea they're out of the Fox Valley.
Yeah, good point.
Especially Little Chute. Once upon a time, as you know, was at Winneconne. Little Chute was in our conference, and I think they still are actually today.
Been good here into the game out of Waukesha Memorial for the Eagles. Second free throw miss. Butler gets to the rack and scores it. 79-59. So you're going to drop one after 3 straight wins.
He's going to roll.
We're going to get a rolling timeout.
Yep.
Schwartzoff will come back for the Eagles.
He's a big kid, 6'7". He didn't have far to go, right over the Cass Street Bridge in La Crosse, the main bridge over the Mississippi River. Of course, he is from La Crescent.
Maybe he came by boat.
Yeah, well, you could.
Yeah. Vander Vest up on top. La Crosse with a 20-point advantage over our pointers out on the wing. They're going to launch a 3. Not going to go. Inside rebound Cal, and it's going to be off the hand of Schwartzoff.
You know what? La Crescent is famous for a few things. What they're mostly famous for?
Crescent rolls?
No, apples.
Oh, my.
It's a lot of orchards above the Crescent and right out of bounds. Blake wasn't even watching for it.
Courts cut baseline. Butler thought he was open.
Yeah.
Blake wasn't even looking for the basketball and went into the crowd.
Yeah. Got to know where the ball is.
Yep. 79-59. Well, you got to recover from this with a road trip.
You don't get much time.
No, but boy, you better be able to recover from this one.
Yep.
Left side into the lane, kick to the corner, out it'll come. 3-ball on the way, in and out, no. Rebound, Stevens Point. Butler will bring it up. Josiah right side to Blake Courts, in on the block to Myron. Myron into the lane, kicks it out on the perimeter. Tracked down by Butler, he will get it to Courts. Inside to Cal Crone, he goes up inside and scores it. So, 79-61.
They won't shoot, and that will end it. And we will not foul.
No, well, I would hope not.
Well, I would hope not to.
Yeah. Why prolong?
Congratulations to La Crosse.
Yep. Eagles will go to 12-9 and 6-4.
Yep, they played a heck of a good basketball game.
That's no doubt about that one, John.
They simply took us apart.
Right from the get-go.
Yep.
79-61, La Crosse with the win here tonight in the Quant. And so the Eagles, 6-4 in the league. Stevens Point, 5-5 in conference play. Definite disappointment, but there are still, I believe, 4 games to go in league play. And you're going to have to win at least 2 of them, I think, to make sure you're into the postseason.
Well,
79-61.
That would guarantee it, Scotty. I do believe that would get you up to 7. I don't think the teams that are chasing. Scout lost today, you said. I know Claire lost today, so if you can win 2, I think you'd be guaranteed. We'll see what happens.
79-61, your final. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. UW Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN.